Hello, everyone. You are looking at the Emsworth. I don't think you guys had the chance to see it done. Many students did it. It was a great learning tool to do lace, and it's a magnificent piece. Isabell Kraemer is the designer. She has that flair to just add um, this is a pearl stitch that we do under the armpit on each side. Just create sort of an invisible line on the side of the garment. She has the same thing on the orange, the sweater that I showed you, the Don't Ask. And just the way that she builds these on the side here, we do have a pearl in it and a pearl on the edge, which makes it very easy to pick up the stitches to do that little M on the side. Anyway, very nice design. I did this one with the, I always want to say cielo, but I know it's not. It's the Cirro, Cirro by Fiberco. So it's got sort of a mohair with a little yarn, but they're not separated, right? They're there you go. It's alpaca and cotton, but it's super like it's got. If I put it on the side, you'll see it's got that. You almost want to pet yourself. That's how nice and fluffy and nice it is. And I am wearing my Zig from Andrea Mowry. I'm just going to back up a bit so you'll be able to see all of me. And yeah, so for me, I call it my Charlie Brown just because of that zigzag that she introduced in the pattern and brings it back into the cuffs and on the shoulder. She has a 3 needle bind off, so the line is visible, and the color is just a 4 rows of plain knitting, so it does roll. And at the back, she makes us keep the cast on, or sorry, the cast off edge instead of hiding it. So this way is continuing with the line of the bind off. Again, it was a nice knit. It's fun. When you're working on the body, it's big piece for the float. If you do get into making this sweater, just remind yourself that when you are doing a small circumference, for me, I still love to do my sleeves with magic loop. Even some people like to just go into a small needle circumference. It's fine. Some will use DPNs. It's fine. Andrea often says for the sleeve, because it's a smaller circumference, often we knit tighter. So in the notes, she often says, maybe you can go one size needle up just to make everything looser. My trick of the day is when you do your detour, even if you're not carrying the yarn for the float, you need to tack it. And you'll see what I'm talking about is if we're looking only at the orange, by the time I have another orange, there's 5 in between. But if it happens to be into the fold, you need to tack it on the way because it just wants to travel to the closest spot, which is after that you won't be able to put your arm in there because your color work will be too tight, right? So you still have to have those floats going around. So the fabric is as extendable if you're onto the sleeve portion as if you're onto the color work portion. And if not, you have me. You can come in and I'll help you. No problem at all. The other thing I want to show you is project on the table. We'll do a small flipperoo like we always do. We'll start this way and then I'm going to aim you to the table. This way. And, oh no, you're seeing the ceiling. Oh my goodness, funny like me, eh? Okay, now we're seeing the table and everything is holding. Perfect. I'm going to cough. Just hold on. Going to Boston. The only thing I'm bringing is this baby because I want to be able to knit and Stephen West as pretty on the wrong side as on the right side. He has this flare. I think I showed it to you prior because I started this baby a while ago, but you need time to knit a Stephen West. It's not complicated, it's just time. So I'm in section, I don't remember, section 17 out of 24. So it's getting there. It's going to be big, 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 big. So again, these are my colors, but you guys already seen that. But that's a good trick. I kept one of the label, or you can keep one piece of cardboard and you can identify all your yarn, all your colors with letters. So this way, when you need to take C and E, you know what they are, because at one point you put everything in your bag and you forget, but this way you'll be able to remember. And see, this is one of the label. It was the label of this yarn, actually. It was cardboard-ish, so I decided to keep it, and that's what I use. And at the same time, it's always coming with me, and I identified it on my pattern. Like here, we're in the section B plus C, so I know I'm doing the dark green and this mixed color. Okay. Other than that, the Elix is a new class coming on. It's this gorgeous little cardigan, and the designer makes it well in the sense that you can choose to have it rounded, you can choose to have it cropped, you can choose to have it in angle like a V-neck, long, short sleeve, medium sleeve, you decide. And we are going to do it here with Leslie Mohair. Isn't that cool? So I'm holding two pieces of yarn to achieve its DK weight that we're aiming for, sports DK. Last thing I want to show you, and then we're going to say bye-bye because I'm going to Boston for a few days. This is the scarf that I talked to you about. So we have lace and then no lace, and then lace and then no lace. It starts with 10 stitches, so it's very narrow, and we're building up. It's on a pattern of 16 rows, so there's 4 more stitches every 16 rows. So at the end, it can be wrapped around and just tied. So it's going to be around the neck and just tied to the front. And it's going to have a picot edge at the bottom. You'll see that pretty soon. So anyway, on that note, it's all for me for this week. I'm going to say bye-bye, and I'll see you when I come back next week. Bye-bye.